Hello and welcome to Nightvale. It is a beautiful evening in the desert. The moon is out, looking like a fingernail clipping from a giant we cannot comprehend, resting on the velvet robe of the sky. The air smells of ozone, sagebrush, and the distinct, coppery scent of a memory you thought you had forgotten. We begin tonight with an announcement from the Department of Water and Power, or as they are now legally required to be called, the Department of Wetness and Voltage. They wish to remind citizens that water is wet and voltage is vigorous. Please do not attempt to drink the electricity. It does not quench thirst. It only illuminates the bones from the inside out, which is a look that is currently out of season. Also, there has been a discrepancy in the town's reflections. I spoke to Kevin, the intern, about this earlier. He seemed concerned, not because his reflection was lagging, but because his reflection was wearing a different colored shirt than he was. Kevin asked if this meant his reflection had better fashion sense than he did. I told him that in Nightvale, aesthetics are a matter of national security. If your reflection looks more put together than you, it may be eligible for public office. Kevin has since locked himself in the supply closet. He says he is safe there as there are no mirrors in the supply closet. I did not have the heart to tell him that the mop bucket is filled with water, and the water is very still tonight. Residents across Nightvale are reporting that their reflections in mirrors, windows, and still puddles are lagging behind their movements by approximately 3 to 5 seconds. Some report that their reflections are not mimicking them at all, but are instead reading books, checking watches, or weeping silently. The City Council advises you not to make eye contact with your delayed self. It is considered rude to interrupt someone while they are grieving, even if that someone is you. If your reflection attempts to hand you a note, do not take it. The ink is made from a substance that exists only in the past, and it will burn your fingers with the cold of yesterday. In local news, the sheriff's old woman has released a statement regarding the stray dogs that have begun barking in perfect unison at 3 a.m. She says, and I quote, "The dogs know the number of the beast, but they are too polite to say it aloud. Let them bark. It keeps the stars from falling into the cul-de-sac." Unquote. Thank you, Sheriff. Your wisdom is a blanket we all wrap around our shivering shoulders. Let us go to the community calendar. On Tuesday, the Nightvale Library will be hosting silent reading for loud thoughts. Please come prepared to think very quietly. Librarian Diane says that if your thoughts exceed 60 decibels, you will be asked to leave the dimension. On Wednesday, the Arby's remains closed. It has been closed for years. We do not know why. We do not know what is inside. But the lights are on, and sometimes, if you press your ear to the glass, you can hear the sound of roast beef being synthesized in a vacuum. On Thursday, join us for the annual Praise of the Sand ceremony. Bring a shovel, bring a song. Do not bring any water, as it will be seen as an act of aggression against the dunes. I saw Carlos today, my scientist. He was beautiful as always. His hair defied gravity in a way that suggested he had discovered a new particle and named it after his own confidence. He told me that the reflection phenomenon is likely due to a thinning of the membrane between the present and the immediate past. He said time is not a river, Cecil, it is a stack of plates, and sometimes the plates slip. I asked him if he was worried. He smiled that smile that makes my heart feel like it is being held by a warm hand. He said worry is an inefficient use of energy. Besides, if my reflection tries to take my place, I hope it treats you well. I told him that no entity, biological or optical, could ever treat me as well as he does. He blushed. The radiation counters in the lab clicked softly, like applause. As we sign off, I want you to look at the nearest reflective surface. Go ahead. I'll wait. Did you see it? That slight delay? That tiny hesitation before your image raised its hand when you did? Don't be afraid. It's just proof that you exist, that you are taking up space, that you are heavy enough to cast a shadow and real enough to leave an echo. If your reflection waves at you, just wave back. It's polite. And in Nightvale, politeness is the only shield we have against the void.